So hey guys, I've had a few people ask me now because I've got a few pictures up on me in drag. They were wondering how exactly I got the look. Now, I'm starting from scratch, so I have no foundation whatsoever on at the moment. If you've ever seen me in person, you know my complexion is shit. Basically all I use is mascara, mascara, eyeliner, and that's about it, really. So, these are what I use. Two different types of mascara. You got the bigger brush for a general area and the smaller one, the smaller one for finer detailed areas. You have the two different types of foundation, one liquid to hold most of the stuff in, and this one to basically just cover all. And you have, now this is eyeliner with eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadow down the bottom. It's purple. I couldn't find my black one, so I'll just be using the top, which is purpley black. Do forgive me if I cut out in segments. I will explain what I've done after I'm finished. It's just that it'll take a little bit to get it all on. As a general rule of thumb, I am difficult. I always keep box of tissues because I'm me. I've already done this, but wipe over your face with some makeup removing pads just to preemptive strike. So it might be a little bit hard to see, but I do just a pencil line all the way around, and basically what you do from this point is you blend. So just do little circles. Now there are times where you probably need to do more just to top it off, but generally what this does is just gives you a base of where your lines are going to be, how thick they're going to be, and exactly what you want to do. Now I'm lucky I have a fantastic jawline for this, and not a lot of people do. So once it's blended in, it just looks like a bare shading. I might do this side a little bit more. So yeah, it's baseline as to how you want it to look. I will be doing a mustache soon. There's not much instruction needed for that one. I will show you how. I've not applied any foundation yet because I'm basically just going to be using that as a patch job. Say if I get smudged lines too badly, it comes in handy, it really does. Next thing you want is you want your massive mascara. I do choose the one with the fine, very very fine bristles, and it's just a hell of a lot easier. Now I normally start work with the chin and go either side. I might actually skip this part, but pretty much what you do is you just go along your baseline and just make it darker or thicker. You want to watch the tip just in case some of it leaks out. So, as you can see, it's slightly darker now. This actually does look a little bit better in person. It's hard to see with the webcam, but any technique you want to use, you can do. What I do is I just go back and forth. The reason I say have tissues with you is because literally I mess up a lot, so just any really dark splodges, sort of dab away, or if you want you can get some makeup remover and completely remove that patch, then redo it. That takes a little bit of time and a little bit more makeup, so just dabbing away would be easier. The mustache is next. This one is relatively easy. Most women I've noticed, they tend to wax that area. I don't, because let's face it, I don't need to. Like, I might have a bit of hair there, but it doesn't bother me. Probably why I get mistaken for a guy. Oh well. I do use some mirror because I can't see that well on the webcam. So So same basic technique as your cheeks and chin and whatever. It does take a little bit of time to get this one in, unfortunately. So it sort of looks a little bit better. It does look a little bit more realistic if you do use your own hair. And, if you can see, I actually did miss a little bit. So that's one side done. Slowly getting there. I'm going to skip ahead and do the other side without you watching. So that's both sides done. Try and keep them as even as possible. If you really need to, grab out your little one. If you need to define just here, or just along your lip a little bit, it makes it slightly easier. The next one is your eyebrows. If you're like me, you have feminine eyebrows, so they're very light and very pretty. You don't want that. Just take your big brush again and gently go over it. Again, I don't really pluck or do anything overly feminine, so you know, it's easier for me. All that basically does to make it thicker, so we can look a little more sus. The hair is next, but first of all, I want to show you quickly how to do the foundation, because otherwise some of you will have a bit of trouble. Basically, all your foundation is used for is patch jobs. So you get the cream, put it on first. It doesn't have to be the neatest. Remember, you're looking for shady looking guy, which generally means they don't really give two shits about their skin tone. The reason I suggest liquid first is because, like most things, it holds in foundation a hell of a lot easier. So, just general. You can do your forehead if you want to. I'm not a big fan of showing off much of my forehead because I don't want to look like I'm having a 12-inch part. And this one you have to be a little bit careful of because most women just go, it's on. But if you really need to just sort of outline your beard a little bit better, now if you are going to use foundation, make sure you get your whole face. Like, it depends on where you want to wear your hair, but basically anywhere that's exposed you want it to look a little bit powdered, otherwise it'll just look funny. Now I have the worst skin tone at the moment. So I have to be kind of a little bit careful. You don't, as I said, you don't have to do this, I just do it because I'm OCD like that. So hopefully that'll make your face look a little bit more realistic. If the powder's a bit too noticeable, just brush it off. You get some drag kings that like putting lipstick on, that's up to them, I'm not judging. Hair is generally easy. I thought I'd put this in quickly as a side note. If you do have a bronzer and you do wish to make it a little bit darker around certain parts, just I like to lightly outline. It helps. It really does. A lot of people say no, it looks fake, but I reckon it looks pretty good. Helps. In my case, it helps. It really does. I've actually had a lot of people ask me why I do drag. It's for fun. If you can't take the piss out of life, what's the point? Besides that, screwing with people's heads is way too fun. Alright, as yeah, see, just looks a little bit better. As for your hair, I'm not overly picky with mine. I just use generally crappy gel. Now, I've had this one for so long it's almost water, so that's perfect for me. Basically, do whatever style you want. It doesn't really matter. If you're gonna be like me, I'm gonna be wearing a hat, so I don't give two shits. But generally, some guys, they like to make it look a little bit good. Some guys, they don't. I myself, I go for the scruffy look, because it just looks a little bit seedier. And one day, hopefully, I'll have a trench coat to go with it. Because of my unusual haircut, I have this long piece, which I'm not too fussed on at the moment because it doesn't really go with anything. Just fiddle with your hair however you want it, really. Doesn't really matter. But pretty much that's how I do my face. I also bind, which if you don't have a proper shirt binder or a proper chest binder, don't use duct tape. Please don't. It can cause damage. Alright, I hope some of you found this helpful. If not, then I apologise. Have a good one.